Yes, a foreword is absolutely necessary only if the name is bigger than your name and everyone trusts that person already. So if you can get a Grant Cardone or an Ed MacLeod, or some people do the Brad Lees, or the Tony Robbins, or big names that people are already familiar with, that adds validity and credibility to your book right out of the gate. So yes, if you have someone like that, get a foreword, but if not, then it's not going to help you, so stay away from them. The length of a book should be about 120 pages to 140 pages. Really, it should be an hour and a half to 2 hour read. And here's why. The attention span of a human being is dropping every single day. It's a joke nowadays. I mean, Instagram is the #1 social media account because there doesn't take much time or effort to actually go through things. So yes, keep it very simple, short, specific, especially if it's your first book. You want to build a relationship with these individuals. You don't want to overwhelm them. Like a Tony Robbins book is extremely daunting. Do not overcomplicate it. Keep it short, 120, 130 pages, and this book is going to be read much easier. Something that you might not know about me, New Year's Eve, I guess it was 2004, I was hit by a car in Canada. We went up there because I was 19, it was the legal drinking age. I was all excited because I was running across into a bar, and I was so drunk that I didn't look left. I did look right, but I didn't look left crossing the street, and I woke up in an ambulance. So this is my message to you today. Make sure you have the wherewithal to look left and right before you're going into a bar. It took me till 19 years old to realize that lesson. Absolutely, I believe in astrology. Here's why. I'm a Leo. If you look up the sign for a Leo, it fits me to a T. We're always loud, obnoxious, we think we know everything. We like to be on camera, talking to cameras. It fits perfectly, all right? So yes, I believe in it, and I ask all of our clients when we're working with them for the books, #1, when's your birthday? And #2, do you believe in astrology? So if you're a Leo, reach out to me. I'd love to hear from you because we have a lot in common. Vacation, oh my God, that's a good question. I don't know if I really take a lot of vacations. Where would I go? I mean, I love to work. I swear to God, I don't feel right if I'm not around work or doing something work related. It's just in my blood. People always work and then they say, I want to take a vacation. That's not me, I love to work. So if I were to go on a vacation, I do like to go places where it's very scenic. I want to start to travel across the country and not be relying on public transportation, and be able to be in my own Jeep and traveling on my own, doing whatever I want. I like those type of experiences rather than being confined to a boat or a ship or somewhere where I can't have the freedom. So the ultimate sense of vacation to me is going wherever, whenever, and not being tied to transportation or having to worry about schedules. That's probably my idea of a good vacation. My biggest mistake was probably not starting soon enough. I usually go after what I want and who I want and tackle things that I desire. But I guess I waited till 23 to become, on my own and independent. And I think that waiting is a mistake. People say, oh, you don't make mistakes, you learn from them. Well, I should have started sooner, and that probably isn't something that most people think of, because the sooner you start, the more you can learn, the more momentum you can gain in a quicker amount of time, eventually. And so I'm 34 now. I should have started when I was at 18, 19, 20, and I would have became a lot stronger by this point. Least favorite sport is probably baseball or basketball. #1, I'm not good at any of those. #2, we're in Pittsburgh, which the Pittsburgh Pirates are like a joke of a team. So I just grew up never really caring about baseball. Yes, I have been skydiving, and I've been, I think, 3 or 4 times now. The last time I went, which was right around 2000 and I guess 2011, 2012, somewhere in there, it got pretty scary whenever my chute went up, and I have gone 3 solos and 1 tandem. When the chute went up, it got tangled, and so it was spinning me around like crazy. So when it happens, you have to kick yourself out of it. Since that happened, I don't think I'll be skydiving for a while, but that was one of the scariest moments, just getting ragdolled around. And eventually, whenever the parachute went square and I was safe, I thank God for that one. Good question. A ghostwriter is someone who is a trained professional or writer that knows what to do with your story and how to effectively bring it to life in a book. All the biggest books, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you know, if you look at Gary Vee's book, Tony Robbins, all these people are really not sitting down and writing their own book. They have editors, they have other writers that are contributing, and that's considered ghostwriting. Someone else's stories and lessons brought to life professionally through a writer. And it's basically like having someone do your website. It's your content, it's your material, but a professional does it, so it's effective and it saves you a heck of a lot of time. Favorite food? Hands down, pasta. I can't live without it. It's the one food that if someone said, you can't have any more pasta, I'd probably cry myself to sleep every night. Favorite drink? I have a vice for chocolate milk. Yes, it's the non-fat, you know, basic milk that doesn't have too much in it, but it is my one vice. I can't live without chocolate milk or pasta. So if you really want to make me happy, anybody wants to get a deal on a book, just supply me with some pasta and chocolate milk, okay? Yeah, I go to the gym 4 or 5 days every week, and my favorite exercise is probably the bicep curl. Come on, baby. All right, cut. Best video game of all time, probably Castlevania 64. My God, was I obsessed with that. Probably the best game of all time. Second best game, Doom for 32X, if anybody remembers 32X. Favorite video game system of all time? I mean, our company is called Dream Starters. Of course, I'm gonna have to say the Sega Dreamcast. A song on my gym playlist that I would not like to share with people, but I'm going to anyway. Probably, I do have Bailando on it by Enrique Iglesias. Might have something to do with my want to add a little bit of rhythm and timing to my soul. But please do not judge me, everyone, for having Enrique Iglesias' Bailando on a playlist for the gym. Please? Hello? Anyone? The worst movie of all time? Well, I would have to say the best worst movie of all time, to clarify that question. Is a movie called Troll 2. The content in it is so absurd that you're gonna just have to watch the whole thing. And Jean-Claude Van Damme might actually be able to put a clip in it right now.
Powers of evil are very strong here. I must leave.
They're eating her! Then they're going to eat me! So dizzy.
Good question. It's probably, I blink a lot. It's pretty crazy that I'm analyzing how much I blink because I'm documenting the entire journey and helping people tell their stories. So it's sad that I have to worry about my blink quantity. And the more you start to put yourself on camera, you'll notice a little thing or two that you don't like or maybe need to fix. But it is pretty wild that I'm analyzing blink count. I know, sad.